welcome to another live episode of The Gathering. We are really excited tonight to be here. This is our premiere episode here at Paranormal Warehouse. And this is just really a great opportunity for us. We'd like to take a moment to give a quick shout out to Daryl, Mike, and Chris for all the support and help. But we were supposed to have Brian Murray from A&E's Ghost Hunters tonight. And earlier today, he called us and told us that he was going to not be able to do the show with us tonight. So we felt like this was a sign from Spirit. It was an opportunity for us to let you all get to know who SRS Paranormal is, a little bit about who we are and what we do. And then we're going to have our lead psychic medium do some live readings in the second half of the show. So, my name is Matt Sorge. I am the founder of SRS Paranormal. In 2007, founded this team. Over the years, the team has changed and grown into the team that it is today. I started off myself as a hardcore skeptic until I had my first paranormal experience in 2005, and that led to a passion for paranormal. And over the last 15 years, I've had the pleasure of traveling all over the country, a lot with these guys right here, to some of the most haunted locations in America, doing many, many residential cases. We're a team that's a little different than what a lot of teams see and do. We use the scientific methods, the equipment, the things that you guys are used to seeing, but we combine that with psychic mediums that are actual investigators that investigate side by side with us, allowing us to cross-validate the experiences they're having, as well as document the connections that we're making. In addition to that, we do the spiritualist methods from the Victorian era, the seances, the dowsing rods, pendulums, those types of things. We use the scientific methods, the equipment, the things that you guys... We're getting some feedback here, guys. I'm sorry. This is a live show. We are getting some feedback. And we are also skilled in ancient rites and rituals. So I'll let the rest of the team introduce themselves. Al, you go ahead first. Tell everybody about yourself and kind of how you got started.
Well, my name's Al James, and I'm the case manager for SRS. I joined in 2016. Me and Mike's been friends for about 25 years. Found out he was doing it, and I've always been intrigued by it. Like yourself, I started off as a hardcore skeptic. Still have a very skeptical side to me. I'm always trying to find the answers. But other than that, that's all about me. Christina?
I'm Christina Bowen. I joined the team, I guess it's been right at a year, maybe a little more than a year right now, ago. I met Al and Matt through my husband. They've been friends for a long time, but I've been interested in paranormal and been a researcher since, wow, do we even want to talk about how many years? 16, 17 that I've been really heavily involved in the paranormal. My primary background is photographic analysis. As a professional photographer, I would analyze photos for many teams around the country for evidence, and I'm pretty harsh. I like to really rule out every possible avenue, angle, before I say it's something.
Christina, why don't you expand on it a little bit before we get to Ronda? And Ronda, we'll get to you in just a second because you have a very extensive background, and I know people are going to be really interested to hear about your psychic abilities. But real quick, I wanted to talk about, Christina, about a little bit about that photographic analysis. Let people know kind of what that means, exactly how you forensically break that down a little bit.
When I receive a photo, I look at the metadata, the information that comes from the camera itself. I check to see were there any recalls or known malfunctions with camera, the lens. I look at the date and time the photo was taken as well as the location. Look at insect activity, the time of day, the weather at the time to see are we dealing with possible weather vapor and insect growth, pollen growth at the time. Break it down using not just Photoshop but other software as well, literally pixel by pixel, to look for signs of manipulation, to signs of some of these software apps that you can download on your phone to add ghosts and fun things. But a lot of people really try, believe it or not, to manipulate the photos. So I do look for every possible explanation or avenue.
Absolutely. Well, we'll come back to that in just a second because Justin has a question I'm going to pop up here in just a minute. But before we do that, Rhonda, go ahead and tell us about your gifts and your background so people can know where you come from in this paranormal world.
Well, it kind of runs in my family. Great great grandmother, couple of great aunts. That I've been. My first experience, I was 11, I think, that I recall, the one that really intrigued me. I've always been interested in paranormal. I started using spiritual schools when I was 19, and tarot card reading since then. It's not my forte, but that's what I started with. Then I met you guys about 5 years ago, something like that.
Yep.
I joined the team last year, so.
Well, that's really awesome. But I'll get back to Justin's question really, really quick. He had this question, and this is something I know that we all love to talk about a lot, especially when we do public events and we're teaching people about paranormal, is this question. What is your take on orbs in video and on camera? Now, I'll start first, and then I'll let you guys say your opinion since I brought the question on the screen. There are anomalies that I believe if you witness them, you witness the light anomalies, and you capture that, especially on multiple cameras, that's an interesting anomaly. Me personally, I don't like to say that that is quote-unquote spirit because I don't know that we have a lot of proof of that, and we're not using the NASA-grade cameras that the guys on Ghost Hunters were blessed to be able to use. So we have to look at that objectively, and 99.9% of the time, through Christina's analysis on the photo side, I'm more of a video guy myself. You can usually break that down, blow it up, zoom in frame by frame. You'll see wings, you'll see evidence of pollen, you'll see evidence of the water vapor, you'll see the clues that debunk those photos as being orbs. Now, I'm not saying that sometimes we don't capture interesting light anomalies that may coincide with spirit, but in our opinion, that is what we feel. Bless you. Christina, you want to jump in on that next?
Yeah, just hashtag anti-orb. I've not been a fan of them. I can less than 0.1%. I can explain it away. One of our first experiences, Matt sent me a photo that he took, and being in the field for as long as he had, and being very knowledgeable with cameras, he sent it to me, and I was like, okay, this is my test. This has got to be an interview. And I broke it down, and you provided me a very lovely photo of the active pollen in the area.
In Boston.
But I did have all of the data that I needed. I had the information on the camera. I knew exactly where you were. I had the pollen reports. I could pull the weather, everything. Orbs with camera equipment, really almost always I can explain it. Pollen, water vapor, insects, something on your lens. I'm not an orb fan. Sorry.
And that was his take. Justin Clifford chimed in there. He said he watches so many live streams where everyone says there's an orb, but they don't think about what it could be. And that's exactly right. And we're a team that really believes it's really important to do your due diligence, regardless if it's using a piece of equipment, if it's researching the claims at the location, or if it's the experiences that we have. You have to do those things to rule out what it could be, because probably 95% of things have earthly explanations. Al, you want to jump in on orbs while we're on?
Yeah, I'm not a big orb guy either. If you see something visually and then you catch it on camera, maybe there's a chance that it's something. But like you guys said, most of the time it's a bug or pollen or dust, or I think there's maybe one or two occasions where we might have caught an orb, but it's hard to say whether it was an actual orb or not. So
yeah, we tend to classify evidence in several categories. Something that we can explain that we think this is a valid paranormal piece of evidence to us, which is a smaller percentage. Then we have the unexplained, and then we have the true anomalies, like these light anomalies that we don't know what they are. We can't replicate it. And I don't know which one of us has a dog barking. This is a low budget, no budget show, guys. We stream from our living rooms, so it is what it is. No, so you can't always explain those things away, so they fall in that anomaly category. Rhonda, thoughts on orbs before we move on?
Orbs, I'm like you guys. I'm not a big fan of orbs. I'm not a big tech person, so I don't know much about the tech side. But yeah, we don't believe in orbs.
Oh, so you brought him out. So now, Rhonda, you got to tell everybody who our buddy is and what we do with our new buddy.
Okay, this is a 1930s Charlie McCarthy. It was supposed to be haunted, which I didn't know for sure until recently. We've been taking him with us on investigations. We're not taking but yeah, Nikita had a couple of experiences with him while I was away last time. So
Can't wait to hear
His dog
that.
is upset.
apparently he gets up and moves around in his room at night.
Oh, that's pretty awesome. So have you documented anything with him at this point, Rhonda, at the house?
Say it
I'm
again.
sorry. Have you documented anything with him at the house yet?
At the
doll.
Nicholson house.
Yeah, the dog, or wherever you're keeping him. Have you
Oh
documented
yeah,
anything?
keeping him here. Nikita is the only one that's had an experience with him so far.
Nice. I will say, from holding him in person, he's a creepy little guy. I mean,
Yeah.
I like him. Don't get offended, buddy. But he is, when you feel him, he's got a unique energy feel to
And
him. So
he made his first trip with us to Hell's Bar Dam too. So
yeah, which was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
With that said, is Nikita gonna be able to make it on here tonight with us, Rhonda? I forgot to ask you if she was.
I don't think so. She was in Johnson City, and I doubt she's going to make it back.
Okay. Well, we'll just go with it then. Anyways, so guys, this is a little bit about who SRS Paranormal is and kind of stuff that we do. So we have been doing this for quite a while. We are based out of a property that Rhonda does own, which is the haunted Nickerson Sneed Museum. It's in Glade Spring, Virginia. It is a fantastic location. Rhonda is actually an author as well, and she has a book on that. Which there's information on our website. If you guys want to learn more about our team, more about our ventures and places we go, scrolling on the bottom is our Facebook, as well as some of our website stuff. So you guys can track us and see what we're into and follow our adventures in the paranormal. So Al, real quick, before we move on to something else, I know this was and guys, this is kind of an impromptu show tonight because we had a schedule planned with Brian Murray and that fell through. So this is totally just winging it. We're going to see how it goes. But Al, let's talk about where we're headed this year. 2020 has been dumpster fire, as everybody knows, but where are we going?
Dumpster fire, yeah.
We have some pretty exciting locations coming up. As you guys know, the Anderson Hotel has been on our list for a couple of years. Super active place. So we're going there July 18th. In Lawrenceburg, Kentucky, which is a block away from the TB Rippy that we did last year. So, that's been a bucket list item for us for a while. We've asked, and they finally, I think, opened it back up because they had some pretty bad stuff happen there. With scratches and bites and things like that. August 14th and 15th, we're heading back to Hell's Bar Dam in Chattanooga, Tennessee, or Guild, Tennessee. And after we do that, we're heading over to Old South Pittsburgh Hospital in South Pittsburgh, Tennessee, to do it. It's been a bucket lister for us for a while too. With on that investigation, we're going to be taking some guests with us. A guy we work with and his $2 that's joined us on a few investigations. Marcus Starnes and his $2, Tori and Whitley. and Josh and Terry Lynn Morris are going to go with us.
Terry
and
Lynn,
then,
hey.
yeah, and then September 27th, we're going to Indiana and do Randolph County Infirmary. So, along with that, we've got some public events scheduled at Tipton Haynes on October 16th, 20th, and 22nd. So we got a busy October. Hopefully we can do the Deer Inn again and some other. We're looking at 3 other possible locations for our publics. So
Y'all know I love the Dairy Inn.
yeah,
Absolutely.
Deer Inn's a
So
lot of
excited
fun.
about that
Yeah,
place.
and like everybody else, we have been. We've got somebody I'm going to pop on here. He actually said he just got back from Old South Pittsburgh Hospital in Brushy
Brushy
Mountain.
Mountain.
So
We've been to Brushy Mountain twice.
yes,
We're good
Greg, I
friends
hope.
with the End of the Line Paranormal, so that's
Yep.
that's cool. That's an awesome location.
It's one of our definite favorites. We've never been to Old South Pittsburgh. Like we said, that's a bucket lister for us. We can't wait to get in there and see what we can uncover there. But Brushy is fantastic. We had some good experiences both times we went. And you know what's been our experience in the paranormal is even if you go to places over and over and over, a lot of times the experiences are not always the same. It's always different. And guys, I wish I knew what was the deal with the dog, but we're trying to figure it out. It's not my house.
It's not my
Ronda's
house.
checking to see if it's hers. So I apologize for the dog barking. I know that's horrible, but there's not. It is a live show, guys. So Greg said a friend of his actually owns Old South Pittsburgh Hospital. That's
cool.
really cool.
You know, when we've talked about having one of those guys maybe try to join the show.
Yeah, would love to talk to some of the people that's one thing I'd love to do is interview. You know, we've interviewed a lot of people that are on shows and other teams and things like that. I'd love to interview some of these people that manage these haunted places.
Oh, yeah.
Can you imagine? I mean, we go in and we're there a short time. They're there every day, 5 or 6, 7, 8 days. Well, not 8 days a week, but you know what I mean. So they're there all the time. I would love to hear about all their experiences.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Well-
and it's also cool too, because they get to see, and I know Rhonda has this experience at the Nickerson Sneed. Yes, we're based out of there, but she also allows teams to come through and do investigations there. So she gets to hear what they got and what they experienced and get those data points. So I think it's really cool when you can kind of compare those notes. But yes, so we have a full schedule that now that the COVID stuff is hopefully starting to get behind us, that we'll be able to get back out there and at least do some of our private investigations. The public's talk a little bit about that real quick, since this is a kind of getting to know SRS Paranormal. What we do at the public events is we do a little class where we kind of teach some paranormal theory and method, and then we actually take people out and let them investigate. It's their investigation. So, you know, we basically just are there to kind of guide and help them. But what we do with the funds from that is we take a big portion of those proceeds, go back into the historic sites to help those historic sites. So that's really rewarding for us to get to do that and get to share that with, you know, with people that normally might not have gone to those historic sites. So that's just, again, a little bit about who we are and what we do. Guys, what of those locations, which is your favorite that we've got on the agenda?
God. You know, I've wanted to go to all 3 of the new locations forever. I mean,
Rhonda's back.
they're going to be different in different ways. Like the Anderson Hotel's got a dark history. You know,
We're prepared for that.
yeah, we are. But I mean, you know, I don't know. I mean, it's a hard question for me to answer because I mean, all of them's, I think, super locations. So,
Christina?
The hospital.
Hospital. That's
I've
good.
been there for a long time, and I mean, my work history being in hospitals and a clinical environment for so many years, I'm familiar with the energy that is always associated with the hospitals. There's life, there's death, and everything in between, and all of that energy imprints on a facility. You can't have that much energy and it not leave a mark. So I am
Absolutely.
super excited about that one.
Absolutely. Well, Rhonda, we were just talking real quick while you were gone a little bit about some of the locations that we got scheduled. I know you're not going to be able to make it to a couple of those with us, but we were talking about, which ones that we were looking forward to actually getting into and finally investigating. So what do you guys want to discuss now? We got a few more minutes before we get into the live readings. So anybody that's on here that wants a live reading, what we would ask that you do is, I know Terry Lynn was the first one that said she wanted a live reading. So if you'll start letting us know who would like a live reading, we'll take as many of them as we can. We'll do them one at a time. We'll let Rhonda handle that side, obviously, when we get started with that. So if you'll just put those in the comments, that way we can kind of keep track of who's up next, and then Rhonda can decide, how to proceed with that. But what do you guys want to talk about for a few minutes before we start the second segment? Anything you guys want to cover about our methods or what we do?
Rhonda, I'd like you to explain how you connect, because I know for mediumship it's different for different people how they connect to spirit. Do you hear? Do you feel? Do you see it here? Do you see? What comes to you when you connect to spirit?
I mostly feel. That's how it starts. I can feel something, and then I can hear things occasionally. Most of the time when I'm getting something, it's kind of like just a knowing sense in my head. Like, I know 2 + 2 is 4. It's kind of like that. I just know.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've only seen something a couple of times. So I'm really excited when I see something. The problem is, it's after the fact that I realized what I've seen was not human. It was something else, which is kind of disappointing. I'd like to know in the moment that, hey, I'm seeing this, but it takes a few minutes to realize, wait, that's not what I thought it was.
All right, Rhonda, you're getting a bunch of requests for live readings. So I would, if you're ready, I would say we get started. We're going to try to keep up with these. If we miss somebody, please just remind us. But the first one I saw was actually Terry Lynn. So do you want to start with Terry Lynn and then do Justin next?
Sure. I don't see the questions.
Hang on. What do you need to first? Do you need the Terry Lynn's comment? Hang on, I got to find it. It's a way back. It's Terry Lynn. I got to go back in the comments.
I got it.
There it is. Thank you, Al.
Okay, let's see here. It'll take a minute to connect. It's really hard like this. It's easier face to face. It's a little harder when it's virtually face to face. It's really hard when I just get a question and there's nobody to connect with.
Is there any information she could give you that would help, or if the viewers could give that might help you connect a little bit?
Do you need a specific question?
No, I don't want specific questions. I don't like to know anything. I just like to try to. I feel like there's something coming up in the future that an opportunity or a change. She's embarking on something new. I don't know if that makes sense. Feels like it's going to be a positive change. I don't want to get too specific because some of these readings can get really personal. That, as you well know.
Oh yes.
So I'm trying to keep it kind of general without getting really personal. Because I think what I throw out there, they'll know what I'm talking about. I feel like there's a positive change. There's something she's getting ready to embark on that will be positive for her.
Terry Lynn says yes, accurate.
Okay. Just roll with it.
So you're on the right track.
Right.
Terry Lynn, is there anything else you can add that might help Rhonda a little bit? If you don't want to, you are live. You don't have to. We don't want to get too personal.
I feel like whatever it is, she needs to roll with it because it's going to be really good for her.
All right. So positive change, whatever it is you're embarking on, Rhonda says roll with it, right? All right. So do you want to try the next one since or do you have anything else with her, or do you want to
No,
move on?
I'm just going to try to do this real general and really quickly and get as many as we can. Just
if somebody wants a more detailed reading, we will put up, if you want to give out or tell us, or we can post it somewhere on our site. It is posted on our website, but I mean, I can put it up here tonight before we're done. What's the best way they can get in touch with you and actually get a reading from you?
send me a personal message on Facebook.
Personal message on Facebook. Okay. So to the Ronda, the PhD, your public Facebook? Yes? Okay. I will make sure I put the correct one up on the screen here in a little while. Who was the next one we had? Thank you, Al.
Okay, with Justin, I get something about a relationship. This doesn't have to be romantic. It's a close relationship with someone that I feel like is going to be mended, has been mended, in the process of mending something. I don't know if that makes any sense. That's really all I'm getting on here.
Can I jump in and offer a little bit of energy, Rhonda?
Huh?
Can I jump in and offer some energy?
The cards do not help me.
You don't?
No. That's how I started, but I veered off because I got nowhere with it. I don't know if that makes any sense to him or not, but if it does, let me know.
I'm waiting to see if he jumps in. I haven't seen him jump in yet. I don't know if he's still on here with us. If he's not, we will, if he reaches back out to us, he can get back in touch with you. Who was next, Al?
Is Mary, she on a spiritual awakening by any chance? I feel like she may not even be opening up. Maybe sensitive.
So you feel like maybe she started on a path of her own?
Mm-hmm.
Mary, if you're still out there, if that's correct, we'd like to know. Justin did say, it's not popping up here. I'm trying to pop it up. I guess Al's got that one up. But,
sorry.
Yeah, Justin did chime back in. So while we're waiting on Mary. Justin said, sorry, I don't know why it would come up. Okay, there it is. Said, yes, my wife always complains that I don't go to bed and I fall asleep downstairs is the second half of that. So he thinks that was his answer to what you picked up on. But so, Mary, if you're still out there and she said, yes, that's accurate. Here you go.
Okay. That's great. Meditating, journaling, psychic journal or a dream journal or a combo will really help you open up. If you don't have any, amethyst is a great way. Sleep with it under your pillow, carry it around with you. Matt can tell you that will really connect you.
Oh, sorry.
You and your amethyst and maybe my creepy doll. So I feel like you're on a journey that you are not going to believe when you get there. So and it's a lifelong learning experience. But I feel like you're really on the road to something, and you're going to be blown away.
She says, and I can feel things when I walk by a known place that people has passed. Mm-hmm. Yes.
They're trying to connect with her. She's like that little, she's like a light, and these are little candle flies trying to get to her. So,
and
dark.
That's a gift, and she needs to use it.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
And I don't know what part of the country she's in. But Rhonda, would you suggest if she can find a reputable psychic, maybe work with them, talk with them, maybe find somebody that can help her, or suggest maybe Reiki if she doesn't already practice Reiki to help her
Yeah.
open up? I know for me on my journey, Reiki has been huge for me already. So
I'll second.
Reiki will really open her up more. And if she can find a psychic medium or somewhere in her area, or even if she can find someone that she trusts online to work with her, to mentor her, that will really help her immensely. I know from experience that when you try to go it alone, it's really hard, but when you have a mentor behind you, things really
absolutely.
escalate exponentially.
Positive energy that they give.
It is.
She is in Sydney, Ohio. So yes, I don't know, Rhonda, I don't know if you know anybody in that area, but if we know anybody, we'll definitely try to give you some information. I don't know, but I'm sure out here in Paranormal Warehouse, I'm sure there is somebody out there that will probably see this that might be able to help her get that information. Who was next, Al?
Let's see, Betty Porter. Is she still on here?
Yep. And she said you could get personal if I saw her pop in before too. So that's
She
up to
did.
you guys. She did say that though.
I feel like Betty may have lost someone that she may be trying to connect with. I don't know if this is recently or if this is someone that she just never got over losing. Someone who's passed on. Am I on the right track?
I'm waiting to see if Betty, if you could help it. Yes, she said yes, please.
Okay.
That's her reply.
My first feeling is that it's a parent figure. I don't know if it was a mother, father, grandmother, grandfather, aunt, uncle, someone who was nurturing and caring like a parent figure. Does that make any sense?
She
Yes.
says yes.
Yes.
I feel like this person is with you. And I think you know that. I think you're seeing signs or hearing or feeling something. I think you know that they're with you. Is that accurate?
Would you say male or female energy, Rhonda?
I can't really tell. It's really hard for me to do it like this.
I know.
And those dogs are killing me.
So you're the dog culprit.
It's Nikita's dogs. One of hers got
okay.
loose, and the others are going bananas. So that's why I went to catch the dog and bring him in the bathroom until I could get done.
Betty sent an emoji, so I think you were definitely on the right track.
Okay. So take notice of these signs. It'll give you comfort to know that they're there, but I feel like they're all around you all the time. You might want to try to connect with the medium as well and get a more in-depth reading and see if you can actually contact or connect with this person that's passed on. But they are definitely with you.
Our dogs are doing the same.
Yeah, but we can't hear yours.
Al, you going to work on the next one?
Yep.
Thank you, sir.
I feel like Kathy's on a personal journey of some sort. Not sure what that is. I don't know if she's just started. I feel like it's kind of on the beginning side.
Sorry, accidentally hit the button.
I saw something about an attachment.
Yeah, that I didn't want to interrupt Rhonda. I apologize. That was my fault.
I feel like I have an attachment, even though I've done 2 cleansing rituals. I still feel like it's there and affecting my health. And that's someone different. I'm sorry.
That is. That's why I said that was my fault. I apologize. I actually
Okay.
brought that comment up.
Kathy popped up and said, for my reading, something I have been wanting and something I've been worried about. Lots of confusion.
Kathy?
Kathy.
I don't know. I just feel like there's a journey with her, some sort of a journey that she's either just embarking on or I feel like it's in the beginning stages. Is that correct?
I don't have any comments right now.
Kathy, you still with us?
I don't know if Kathy is still with us or not. Kathy, if you are still with us, jump back in there when you can. Al, did you have another one? I do want to address the one comment about the attachment. I do think that's something we definitely need to address. Did you have another one already, Al, or did you want to move? Okay.
I feel like Pam may be on the fence about some type of decision. Does that sound like, is that something that makes sense to you?
Al, I don't know if are you seeing comments come up on your side? You are. If Kathy did comment, if you could catch that. Mine are frozen right now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Kathy said you're right. Okay, you got it.
Okay.
Here it comes.
So,
And then Pam said yes.
This is hard.
Sorry,
So,
Rhonda.
Kathy, this journey that you're on, I think you're on the right track. Just not sure what it is. I can't really get a handle. It is so hard to do it this way. You're on the right track. So just, I mean, you're gonna, whatever it is, you're gonna be successful. So just keep on going. I feel like you may have some struggles here and there, but just push through. And then Pam, no, I can't. Is this a personal choice or like in your personal life, or is it like I can't. This is really hard. You guys would not know how hard this is.
It's hard when you can't feel their energy, you know.
It is,
Yeah,
and when you can't actually see them, it's hard to. And doing so many one right after the other, because usually I take a few
The
minutes.
energy just flies at you.
Yeah.
And for you guys that don't know, your expertise is more like the tea leaf readings, isn't it? Isn't that what you most like to do?
That's what I love to do. It's so
Right.
It's easier for me because I just read the leaves. I do like connecting like this, but face to face.
Yeah, there you go, Rhonda.
Can I
Okay.
jump in?
So,
Negotiations.
what, Christina?
I feel like negotiations are involved.
I'm not sure.
I feel like we need to go back and have we addressed this one yet?
No, we have not.
Okay.
No, hold off on that one a minute. Let me finish
Okay.
Pam up first.
Okay, sorry. I
That's all right.
jumped ahead.
Yeah, he just doesn't want to forget it. We won't forget that one, Al. I got a note over here too.
Okay.
So Pam, with your business, I feel like it'll be successful, but I'm getting that you need to be very careful in your decision making. I guess you're right, Christina. Negotiations. I'm feeling like you need to be careful with your, if you're leasing or renting. Be careful with that. Make sure to get your all your insurances and things in line. Just be very careful. I'm feeling like you need to watch your P's and Q's, dot your I's and cross your T's. Make sure everything is laid out, and you make sure you're not missing anything before you open the doors. But I feel like you'll be a success. And good luck to you.
Go back to Kathy, what she said about your reading there.
Just stick with it, because whatever this journey is you're on, it'll be successful. But you're going to have some ups and downs, but it'll all work out.
Okay.
Okay. Al, before you get to the next one, do you want to go back, or do you have one lined up, or do you want to go back to that one so we don't forget it? I just don't want to lose that. That felt like an important one we need to at least address.
Yeah, I think we just need to grab. Let me find it here.
I believe it was Callie.
Yeah, it was Callie.
Right here. Yeah.
Okay. Before anybody waits, I'll just say what I was going to say and why I felt I needed to come back to this. I don't know, Callie, I don't know your background. I don't know if you are an investigator or if there's other reasons, and there may be other reasons as to why. But when you deal with attachments, I know from a personal experience that it is a very real thing, and there are things that you have to do to address those. And it seems like you've done some of those. Do you have somebody that you're dealing with locally in your area? If you don't, that is definitely something that you need to do, is find somebody that is trained in dealing with attachment energy, dealing with processing energy, removing energy, as energy working in particular. That's something that is really important because, yes, attachments are a very serious concern. Rhonda, Christina, thoughts on that?
My first thought would be a Reiki master to do cord cutting.
Mm-hmm.
They would help a lot.
That's what I was saying, an energy worker.
Yeah.
What area do you know if you can find them a reputable? You want a reputable person, but yes, like Rhonda suggested, a Reiki master. I believe Pam actually chimed in on that too. I have removed attachments, so
There we go. Pam's removed attachments.
So that's what you need. You need to find somebody that's really skilled in that because, again, from personal experience, that's a scary thing. So we hope that helps, Callie. We wish you the best. You might want to reach out privately to Pam. She's actually got experience in the arena, or not. If not, find somebody in your local area that can do that. Before we do another reading, I wanted to get this one up here and get Rhonda's opinion and everybody else's opinion on this one.
That's similar to a case that we just had not too long ago.
Yes. Absolutely. And I'll touch base on that. It was a residential case. I won't get into details because whenever we do residential work, we never bring that information out public. You'll never see it on any of our live stuff because that's private between us and the client. But in that particular case, what we did is we went in and made sure that explanations for some of the activity. And then we brought Rhonda in as a psychic. And we actually sat with the child that was autistic and explained to him what he was experiencing. And I'm sure Rhonda will want to chime in on this, but children who have those things going on tend to be more sensitive to these things. They tend to be able to connect in a way because they don't have those natural filters that we develop, because the world tells us that we shouldn't feel these things and we shouldn't experience these things, that it's kind of unnormal in the paranormal. That's what people used to always say, right? So children in particular, especially children that have those type of circumstances, tend to be very attuned to that. So that is something that you need to find somebody that is experienced in the paranormal, like a psychic that can help guide that, or somebody that's very experienced in that can actually help them to navigate that like we did with this child. And once we did that, it seemed to really ease the burden. Rhonda, you want to weigh in further on that?
Yeah. I didn't let as I do in all investigations, didn't let anyone tell me what was going on. All I knew was there was a child involved, and there was activity at the house. So went in, read the house, picked up on things that the kid was experiencing. And so whenever it was validated that what I was sensing is also what this child was saying, they were saying and hearing, an activity in the house, I was able to kind of feel and connect with the spirits to see what was going on with them on that side, so I could relate to the child what was going on to try to ease him. It turns out it was someone that they all knew, and it's like a grandmother figure who was just watching, he was keeping an eye on the child, and once he knew who it was and why they were there, actually there was two people watching over the kid, but after he knew who they were and why they were there, he was, and I explained all that to him, and his mother had to help a little bit because of the autism. It's kind of hard for me to convey, but she was able to help me. And I think we got, after that, he said that he was okay after that. He understood, and he was, she said things have calmed
Yeah,
down.
absolutely. We actually followed up with them about 2 or 3 weeks later, and everything was totally different. They felt they weren't afraid of the energy anymore. They understood that it was, the previous homeowner that was close to the family anyway, and the relative connection. They understood that, and he was able to process that because the mother was able to really take what you and I had told the child and further that explanation to where when things would frighten him a little bit, she would reinforce the groundwork that we have laid. I was kind of seeing some of the comments as they went by, and I'm going to pop this one up because I think that this is a very valid point, and I think we should go further on that topic. And she said, when it comes to attachments, there are different kinds of attachments. Someone to investigate what kind. That is absolutely right, because you can have good attachments too, and sometimes people confuse good attachments because they don't understand what they're coming from. There are different, and there are different types of bad attachments, and belief systems and processes and how you do those different types of work to remove attachments is critical. So that's absolutely right. Someone needs to be investigating what you're dealing with and give you the proper guidance on how to deal with that particular attachment. Al, did we have anybody else that wanted a reading? And guys, there's so many comments coming
Yeah,
through. We're trying to keep up.
if she's still on here, Sarah Crouch wanted a reading. Sarah, are you still on here? If you are, can you just comment that you're still on here?
And Sarah, if we missed you, we apologize. I hope you're still on here. Christina, did you have something to say while she's connecting with Sarah's?
No.
I don't know if Sarah's still on here.
Kendra, though. If Sarah's
still here. Sarah's still
there,
here.
she is. Yes, Sarah's still here.
Okay, Sarah's still here, Ronda.
Okay. I feel like this may be another spiritual awakening. Are you have you been investigating, or are you like something's going on there?
Waiting for her to respond if she can. And then hello, Jamie from CT. Al, did you have any others in the queue? Because we do have one more, and since we're down to about the last 9 minutes, if we don't have any others, I would just ask that whoever is put up to this point, we'll try to get you, and then that will probably be all we have time for tonight. She said not investigating, but feeling is what Sarah says. I'll pop that one up real quick.
What is it? Not that feeling. Okay. So I feel like she's also on another spiritual awakening. I think maybe going on an investigation might open her up. I feel like, is there something in your home? Are you experiencing things in your home? I just feel like there's an something with investigation. Maybe she needs to bring something in.
We have 9 minutes left. You have 2 more requests that I see on the books here. Actually, 3. I don't know if we're going to be able to get all 3. Do you want to try to do these 3 real quick? And that's all we can probably take, guys, because we're going to start wrapping up here in a few minutes. I will pop them up real quick. And Rhonda, if you want to get a real quick hit on them, if you can. If not, again, real quick, everybody, Rhonda's information is scrolling on the bottom. You can contact her for private readings. What was this was the first one, I believe.
So this was Kendra.
Mm-hmm.
Said, are you drawn to the? I don't know if I should see this, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Are you drawn to the magical side of things, Wiccan or anything like that? I feel like that may be something in your path.
And guys, I'm not a psychic at all. Occasionally, I'm a little sensitive to some energy, but I'm not a psychic. But for Kendra, I did feel like I connected, which is transformation, which would really make sense with what Rhonda is saying.
I feel like an earthy, like a hedge witch is what I got. I don't know. I'm just saying what's mine.
Again, guys, you can reach Rhonda for a private reading. And I hate to cut it short, but we are on a line here. So we had 2 more real quick. I'll pop it up there. See if you get anything real fast, Rhonda.
I'm gonna try. I don't know if I can do it.
And Sarah, I would definitely recommend reaching out directly to Rhonda at her private messenger on Facebook. I know you're popping a lot of information up, but we did promise we'd try to get as many of these folks as we could. So please reach out to her directly so that she can maybe help you a little further.
I also feel like she has a choice to make. I'm not sure what's going on, but I feel like there's a decision in her path. She needs to weigh her options carefully before making that decision, but I feel like she has a very important decision to make.
Okay, so you heard that, guys. I've got one more for you, Rhonda, and I know we're kind of shotgunning them here, guys, and I'm sorry.
I feel like this reading has something to do with children. Something to do with children. Children on the way. I don't know.
All right. So anybody that did get readings from tonight, again, this was kind of an impromptu session, and we kind of had to speed read it. And those of you that don't know this, Rhonda usually does a lot of time to prepare for readings. This was something that was spur of the moment this morning. Normally she has to get through her ritual to connect and do her thing. And like she said, it is hard to do this through just a short connection that she's briefly making through a message. But she is available to help people through her private messaging. If you reach out to her, I'm sure that she will be able to help you in any way that she can. Guys, we're going to get ready to wrap things up here in just a few minutes. But we first wanted to say, hang on, I got one more comment here. I'm going to try to read real quick. Yeah, Ron, you've got some of these people that are going to want to probably reach out to you. I'm not popping some of these questions up or these statements up because they are kind of personal in nature. But definitely reach out to Rhonda at the link below. We will definitely try to do more of live readings. We'll have time to prepare a little bit better. We're going to try to do that at least 1 or 2 shows a month. We're also going to have other psychic mediums come in and readers and things come in that we know and have worked with or reached out with to come on and actually do that as well. But our team, like I said, is a little bit unique. We do things a little bit different than others. We do a lot on the spiritual side, and this is why, because we feel like we're able to really connect and help folks. So thank you all for taking the time to tune in. Do you guys got anything else that you want to say in the last 4 minutes before I cue the outro?
I'm just looking forward to getting back out and investigating after all this COVID
Absolutely.
stuff. Yeah,
Looking very, very forward to that. And guys,
this
also,
place here.
yes, Randolph County. We can't wait to get out there and hit Randolph County. But thank you all for tuning in tonight. It was a pleasure to do our premiere episode here at Paranormal Warehouse. Once again, thank you to Daryl, Mike, and Chris for the opportunity to bring our show to this new audience. Please tune in and check us out. We will be on either Thursdays at 7 or Fridays at 8. The reason is Al and I work for the fire department full time. So when we're on our 24-hour shift, we can't be here. So we have to be there. They really demand that to get that paycheck. So it's the least we could do, I guess, right?
Every once in a while, yeah.
So they want us to show up every once in a while. So anyways, no, just kidding. But no, we love what we do, and it's an honor to get to do what we do. So, and it's a pleasure to get to do this as well. So please tune in and catch the gathering. We will be, like I said, on either Thursdays at 7 or Fridays at 9. You can follow us on the websites that we listed. The other website that was up was the HeXpo, The Gathering, thehexpo.com. That is the big event that we have planned in Asheville in 2021. I believe it is April 16th and 17th, if I'm
Yes.
not mistaken.
Mhm.
We will have several celebrity guests from the paranormal world. We will have metaphysical people there. We will have psychics there. We will have people like our buddy Josh from the Everything Paranormal show there. We will have a lot of the people we've done collaborations with, other vendors, writers, authors, horror guests, and celebrities. It is a paranormal convention like none other, and we are really honored to have put that together and be rolling that out. So you guys can check that out. Buy your tickets now. We'd love to see you there. It's in Asheville. Come to the South, which is where we're based out of. I forgot to tell you all that. We are actually based out of East Tennessee and Southwest Virginia. So once again, thank you for tuning into The Gathering. It was a great show. I really enjoyed it. And we are going to get ready to get off the air. So thank you all for tuning in.
It's great to meet everybody.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you for the love and support.